Thank you very much to the chairs for this important hearing, crucial hearing, and as well to the ranking member as well. Let me take note of Mr. Masters' last comments when he said the Jewish way of life in the United States of America is under attack. Sadly, this hearing further confirms not only that and the rising increase of anti-Semitism, but again, the rise of racism and racial attitudes, which includes, in particular, the African American community. So we're looking at two of the targets, and I am grateful for this hearing. Let me start, first of all, if it has not been submitted, to submit the DHS Issues National Terrorism Advisory System bulletin issued yesterday into the record as unanimous consent.
Without objection.
Thank you. And let me start with Rabbi Citron Walker. And our prayers were with you, but prayers needed action. But I think my outrage is that your congregation, a place of peace, a place of worship, something that the Constitution gives us a sense of comfort that we as a nation, the oldest democracy, had as the number one provision, the Bill of Rights, the right to freedom of religion, and you were violated. Can you tell me, Rabbi, first of all, I hope those who were held, I hope God is encouraging them, and the comfort of this nation lets them know that we care, and as well your congregants, I hope that they are knowing that America cares and we in the United States Congress cares. Can you tell me the one thing that you thought helped to bring you to safety? And did you find in the perpetrator a confusion or pointed focus?
I would say, first of all, thank you for those kind words and thank you for the support. Our congregation has been overwhelmed in the most wonderful of ways by all of the support that we have received, myself and those who were held hostage. We've been working through it, and we have really appreciated just the incredible amount of support within and outside of our nation and our global world community. It's been unbelievable. In terms of the
perpetrator,
he was very focused on one thing, right? He was very focused on this idea that Jews controlled the world. Jews could pull the strings that I could call the chief rabbi of America, as far as he was concerned. And Rabbi Buchdahl, is absolutely amazing, but we don't have a chief rabbi in America. He thought that we could do that, and he could get this person released. And that was his singular focus. That was his singular understanding. That idea that Jews control the world, the Jews control the media, the Jews control government, the Jews control everything. That was reality for him. Like, he deeply, in everything he shared, he believed that 100%. That America would care more about Jews than anybody else. And so there was no confusion about that. That was consistent every step of the way.
The height of anti-Semitism. Thank you so very much, and our prayers continue to be with you. Let me read into the record the language of this bulletin. Continued calls for violence directed at U.S. critical infrastructure, soft targets, and mass gatherings, faith-based institutions such as churches, synagogues, mosques, institutions of higher education, racial and religious minorities, government facilities and personnel, including law enforcement and the military, the media, and perceived ideological opponents. The gist of this bulletin says that this language, these acts, generate potential violence. We know that Mr. Greenblatt said in his last testimony before us, extremist white supremacist ideology is more than a collection of prejudices. It is a complete worldview. Can I hear from Mr. Singleton, Mr. Masters and Mr. Fingerhut, if I could? Could you both respond to the intensity of these actions and words turning into violence and how these grants are so crucial at this time? Mr. Fingerhut and then Mr. Masters. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jackson Lee. There's no question that the reason why it is necessary for us as a Jewish community to ensure that every single institution in the Jewish community is protected, both through physical protection and the professional security network that we're building in each community, is because of this rise of anti-Semitic speech and incidents. They don't all obviously manifest in violence, but they create the environment in which the individuals, such as those who've carried out these attacks, are motivated to act. So there is a direct correlation between the rise in anti-Semitism that our colleague Jonathan Greenblatt spoke to this Congress about, and while there is a full-throated effort to counter that anti-Semitism, led by Mr. Greenblatt and our organizations and others, we also simultaneously have to protect and defend every Jewish institution. You know, I note that after 9/11, America both went on the offense against terrorism around the world, but also protected and built out the Homeland Security system that we are so familiar with today. And that's where we are in the Jewish community today. We have to both counter anti-Semitism wherever it is, but we must recognize that it will nevertheless result in these violent attacks, and we will protect every community. As you may have heard, Congressman Jackson Lee, we are in the middle of a major campaign to extend our professional security initiatives in partnership with SCN out to every single Jewish community organized through its federations, and then in each place also wish to partner in depth with local law enforcement, as previously was discussed, and also, of course, with this important FEMA grant program.
The gentlewoman's time has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentlewoman from